Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who forgot to turn off their mic part 2. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. During the graduating ceremony for a class, all staff were asked to attend and turn on their mic to clap at certain points so it wouldn't be awkward. One such staff member forgot to turn the mic back off and was heard loudly jokingly insulting her husband and asking for another drink whilst complaining about how long and boring this was. This was broadcast to a whole class, their parents, and anyone else listening. We stuck together and didn't tell anyone who it was, but we all knew. Mute your mics. Oh my gosh. I feel like, you know, in a lot of people's minds, that's what they're thinking as well. Like, oh my gosh, so boring. But they all had their mics muted, you know. Unlucky. A student in my class forgot to turn off their mic, and we heard some background noises, doors closing, tapping, and because of a display bug, we couldn't see where the noise was from. Then the student started saying crap about the teacher. Oh yeah, this is useless, he's just writing on a tablet. Even I could do that. Everyone heard that. The teacher heard them just insult him. He didn't come back to the classes after that. Oh okay, I'm assuming the student didn't come back because they were so ashamed. That's so dumb to say that, you know. Even I could do that. Then do it. Then be a teacher then do it. During one of the lectures, our cat came into the room and jumped into my lap. I proceeded to tell him how very cute he is and how much I love him in the stupidly sweetest voice possible because he's the best boy. Then a full minute or two into me praising the cat, a message popped up from my classmate saying I'm unmuted. I had a mini spook and replied with, oh ha ha ha, I was just talking to him, plus a picture of the cat. That's so awkward. Oh, that's so cringy, man. It was extra awkward because I walk around with the RBF and barely talk to anyone when we're at uni. So my classmate later admitted that the only reason no one warned me sooner was because it didn't occur to them that the person with this sweet voice was me. No one knew. It's always funny because I feel like girls who have the RBF are always like the softest people ever, you know, like they can't hurt anything. They just look hard to approach, that's all. English Zoom call. Teacher was holding us like 15 plus minutes after the period had ended. She said something along the lines of, keep working arduously. And I responded with, if she says arduously one more time, I'm going to flip a table. I was not on mute. I feel like she probably just, you know, discovered that word and she wanted to use it a lot. Oh man. But really, she really held them in for 15 plus minutes on a Zoom call. Man, you can't even escape it even at home. A friend of mine Facebook stalked a cute guy in their shoot before realizing she was still screen sharing. Well, that must have boosted his self-esteem, you know. She likes me that much. I had to defend my thesis over Zoom and many professors came into the call to watch. My thesis was about immune response in fish to parasites. One professor joined late and forgot to mute her mic and we got treated to this little gem. Shh, mummy is learning about fish parasites, which is what you'll get if you don't stop peeing in the koi pond. Oh my gosh. Man, I feel bad for the kois. They've been drinking pea water. The president of the uni I attended until 2007 was presenting something with a bunch of other important people. This was being recorded for later upload and right when the pandemic was starting, around March 2020. His wife appears in the middle of the talk mad as telling him to go clean the toilet and that she's not his slave to clean his poop. A few very awkward seconds later, he just says, maybe we have to edit this out later. Now imagine how viral this must have been. I haven't had any ties to uni since 2007, yet somehow the video got to my WhatsApp. That's so embarrassing. Why was she so mean about it? My college class got to hear me tell my dog how good he is. Yes, tell your doggo. I'm a tutor and my student forgot to mute themselves before leaving for a 5-minute break. She had a beautiful conversation with her brother about how much of a jerk I was and how much I sucked and how poor I look / my house looked. Luckily, I always record my tutoring sessions, so I finished as if nothing happened and sent the clip straight to my supervisor. She got booted off of the tutoring program, as I'm the only tutor advanced enough for her grade that is able to take her. Oh, nice. I mean, yeah, if you're not going to respect the person tutoring you, then don't get tutored, okay? Bye-bye. You're really gonna disrespect the person trying to help you with your grades, like, come on. This was a conference call for work, but it was a big call with like 12 people and I'm new-ish. So I was really just listening as the senior analysts were discussing something. Call was going on for a while, so I took my laptop into the bathroom with me to take a poop, flushed the toilet, and everyone just stopped talking. Turns out I didn't mute my mic and everyone just heard a toilet flushing in the middle of a meeting. Luckily, no one cared and they all laughed about it, but I was mortified. Hey, at least I didn't hear like the bloop of the poop. While giving a lecture on the heated arguments among different schools of psychology, our professor screamed, "Fire, fire, there's a fire!" And most of the confused students, included the teacher's pets, replied, "I agree." Those were some lit points. Things turned out funnier and scarier when the professor went on with the screaming, and we could hear her calling her house help and brother alarming them of a fire sparking up her switchboard. So yeah, a confused, concerned class of 50 sat through the entire episode of turning out the fire while our professor revealed every dynamic of the family through her freaked out screams. And 30 minutes later, she comes back to her lappy to unmute herself, only to find a 100 "Are you okay?" text in the chat box. So she didn't mute herself. I love the person who said, "Yeah, those are pretty lit. Yeah, I agree. That's pretty fire. Yeah." That's hilarious. This is just like a scene from like a comedy movie, you know, like someone's in trouble, but then the other person thinks they're joking and they're just like, "Yeah, I agree," and they're just being sarcastic. Work situation. I asked a question on Zoom from someone and he didn't answer. No video on. I asked again to confirm he was there. Silence. Hello? He then panics and says, "Sorry, I'm peeing." Did I need to know that? I didn't. Sorry, I realized you're a bit impatient, so I'm just gonna tell you that I'm peeing. Some guy's mother started yelling at him. "Turn down the frickin' sound. I am so sick of listening to your classes the whole day. Go to the balcony and continue from there or just bloody drop out of uni." Our professor muted him, so I don't really know what happened next. How are you gonna be a mom and tell him to drop out of uni just because you're sick of listening to his classes the whole day? That's toxic. I wasn't the one in class, but my brother. He was in class while I made lunch, but it was my first time making rice on my own. So I asked him if he could go and see if it's done. He didn't hear me, so I screamed at him the same question. He then turned to face me and screamed, "What? It's not done, wait a minute." And when he looked back at his class, his teacher was telling him to turn down the mic. He almost got an eardrum popped. How do you make rice? Just put your finger like this. I don't know what happened, but if that was me, that's how I would have answered. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.